Let's go. All right, we're live. Cool. So today we have with us Mark and Stratton. So just, for those who don't know you guys, because we're streaming to a number of audiences here, if you can introduce yourself, please, shortly. Start with
Go
you,
ahead, Mark.
Mark.
Chatting you first, man.
Okay. My name's Stratton Brown. I've had the nickname Strat Daddy since I was like 15. It's been my Instagram handle forever, so that's just kind of what I go by. I built two different companies to seven figures. I made my first million in business when I was 26 years old. We built a seven-figure real estate portfolio before I was 30. Now we wholesale homes. We teach people how to do it inside the Deal Champs community right here. We use real estate bees quite a bit. I love them. Oleg is the best. We do a lot of business with them. And these streams are here to help you guys learn how to close more deals and to remind you not to take your foot off the gas pedal before the end of the year, even though most title companies have checked out by now. But we can still get deals closed by the end of the year. I know Mark's trying to get 100 contracts for the end of the year, and I think he can do it. Hopefully, we can get two of them for him today. But that's a little bit about me.
Great.
All right, I am Mark. I am out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. I run a wholesaling business here throughout Oklahoma with Jerry Norton. Some of you may have heard of him. As Stratton said, we're chasing 100 contracts on the year. We're sitting right now at 94. Stratton says, let's hope we can get two. That'll push me closer. And then, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Love being on the phones. I love real estate fees. We've actually got some good stuff from them before. So, yeah, I'm excited to be here. Let's do it, guys.
Oh, and Oleg, we just closed on a. You guys sent us a property that was a commercial property in Oakland. It
Uh-huh.
wasn't a commercial property, it was a note. The woman wanted to sell us a note in Oakland on a building. It's a $300,000 note that we just closed on for 145 grand. And the note it's still paying, right? But the
Okay.
balloon is due. And
Damn.
so we can foreclose on the property and either we'll make like 155 grand, probably 150 after closing costs and everything else. Or if we can make it all the way through the foreclosure process, we could probably sell the building at like 450. So
That's
we'll see what
nice.
we can do. That one was a good one, and it's we talk to every single lead that comes in, no matter what, for that reason. To where
Mm-hmm.
typically you never know what's going to happen, but and we had to fall up there forever, but we got it down, and that one probably won't we won't make any money until the middle of next year just because of the foreclosure process, but it still will be a good one.
Yeah, and
That's
how many
awesome, man.
people do you see, Stratton, where it's like they look at the lead and they're just like, I don't know that area, I'm not gonna call it. And then they're gonna wait for another one. I'm just like, guys, you're disqualifying yourself, you know? Like
Exactly.
you're disqualifying yourself, not the lead. You at least might as well call it and find out. You don't know what you're
Just call them.
missing.
Just call them. We if it's in the middle of nowhere and there's no commerce, we won't call it because we know we can't sell it. But like if there's a little bit of white space on that map, we're giving them a phone call because we know we could at least do like a novation. If
Oh
they
yeah.
want $5,000 for a house and the house is selling for fucking 200 grand, bro, let's make some money. We can make some money on it. You just have to get on the phone. Every lead we talk to gets an offer, no matter what. Everyone gets an offer.
That's awesome, man. That's great news. We love getting checks from you.
I love it. Okay, how are we gonna do this?
Uh, let's start from you, Strap.
Let's start with me. Okay. This guy's telling me he can't send a wire until Monday. What the fuck's up with that, bro? It's not that hard to send a wire. Okay. Here's one. Charles. This is in Strongville, Ohio.
Oh, okay. Not far from me.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hopefully, no one poaches off the lead. Let's give this guy a call. Hey. Oh, we triple dial everybody. Do you guys triple dial everyone?
Yep.
Oh, so you're sharing your screen, Stratton, right?
Say that one more time.
You're sharing your screen? You want to share
Yeah.
it or
Can you not see
okay?
it?
Yeah, I see it now. Okay, cool.
Message for 440.
We never leave voicemails either.
You want to keep that mystique on it?
If it's a good one, we'll leave a voicemail. But I mean, they know who it is because we'll do a couple calls and we'll shoot them a text. All right, looks like this guy called us back.
So
Hey, Tassi, this is Stratton. You just gave us a call probably about this property off of 19th Avenue. How you doing?
good, good. Uh, what's going
Were,
on?
were you still interested in selling this one?
Yes, if you have
Awesome.
the money.
How much money did you want, Tassi?
I'm not gonna go high. I'm not gonna go low. It's 530, $530,000.
530. Come on, Oos. You
Yeah?
gotta help me out, Oos.
No, no, brother. My house is a brand new house, and I'm the carpenter. I fix everything. I know you. You not also try to put down the other also. No, 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 no way, my friend. You guys to put the also up. We supposed to be same like Chinese. You are Samoa, I'm a Samoa. You are also, I'm a also. You better pull me up. Don't you try to pull my leg down, my friend. So if you have no money, my friend, it's okay, my friend.
I got the
The
money,
highest offer
Oos.
right now.
But I mean,
The
we both gotta make
the
money.
highest offer. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but I don't need words, my friend. A lot of people, they just came. The highest offer right now is to me is 526. They try to play me. I'm not the person to lowball, my friend. I'm the hard head, my friend. Nobody can lowball me. Even the president cannot. So you are my uso. You're not gonna lowball the other uso.
I feel you. Where you getting
So that's why.
530 from? It's telling me it's saying
Huh?
520 on the internet. Why 530?
No, no, no. Because I repair everything on my house. You're gonna come inside. You just only bring your TV and your couch, and you're gonna stay in the house. Nothing. Yeah. Last year I just painted the house after my mom's funeral. I just paint everything, renew everything. Yeah. So I spend a lot of money. Right now, the house right now is 545. That's the red thing. A lot. You come with the silo and those. That's a low ball, my friend.
What's the reason
So
you're
it's
interested
better.
in selling this one?
Was that?
What's the reason you want to sell this one? It sounds like you've done a ton of work.
I'm gonna relocate. I'm gonna buy a land. I'm gonna buy a land and build my house on the land.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's why I have money. I have money inside the account enough to build my house. That's why my option to sell this one and buy that one. I have 15 acres over here in a cram. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that 15 acres is only 600 something. So I use that money to put inside the bank, and they're gonna build a new house, everything, include with that one. See?
1 minute, Oos.
So
I'll
I'm
tell
so
you if
sorry,
I
my
can.
friend. Also, you go look for another part, but you're gonna try me. I'm so sorry, my friend. Also, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. This is the cool area that I stay. The area that I stay is a retirement people. It's a
Mm-hmm.
cool place. But I wanna move on. Buy a land over here in Cram and build a house over there. That's why I put up my house. But I'm not rushing, my friend. I'm not rushing. I'm a retired. I'm a retired fisherman. I have money, my friend. Every month I have check. So that's why I don't worry. Okay, so
Okay. I
next time,
mean, I
don't
can't
worry, my
pay you
friend.
that 525.
Yeah,
If you get that price though,
no,
you should
don't
run with
worry, my
that. That's a
friend.
good offer. If he's paying you cash
No,
at that.
no, no, don't worry, my friend. Don't worry. Slow and sure. Slow and sure.
Okay.
My neighbor is Hawaii. We are from Hawaii. Our neighbor, they sell their house the good price. And the other house, same with me, the other Samoan guy named Tua. Yeah, he sell the house with what you call? It's 545. because the family over there, they really need that house. But the same house with me. But me, it's 5:30. That's all. So no worry, my friend. Also, go look for another, white folks or black folks, but you're not gonna lowball me, my friend. Okay, also.
All right, Us. You
Okay,
have a
brother.
great day, boss.
Okay, you too.
He
That
wants
was funny.
he wants how much over ask? Let's see if how I can share my screen. Typically, with us, if we can figure out where someone's at, if they're asking above retail, then they have no pain. I'm like, hey, like, are you negotiable at all? Like, what's the reason you're even interested in selling? They'll get filters out. This guy came through. It looks like he's in our system, and he was a warm lead. Let me share my screen. If I look
Yeah, it
over
was
here,
funny.
we have some new builds in here that are selling at like 575. This is at 520, built in 2017, so that's good. 2,000 square feet. We couldn't outprice it just based off of, like, there's this one right here at 530. Built in 2010, 1,800 square feet. It's been on the market for 125 days. This is a good house.
Mm.
And the square footage is 8,000 square feet on the lot. So I know, no matter what, if this dude doesn't want to play any ball, we don't necessarily need to waste our time. We can move him to dead. Maybe things change, but typically it's not going to change, and we can just keep it going. How would you have handled that? Oh, let me see. How would you have handled that, Mark?
I don't know, man. Some people, it's like, especially if it's built in 2017, unless they've got some kind of real motivation driver, I'll stay on the phone long enough with them to figure that out. But how much equity do they have if they built it themselves in 2017? If they've got a divorce and 100% equity, I'm staying on the phone. But if they're looking for
Yeah.
retail, you know, we're not necessarily in the sorting business, but we're kind of going to sort ourselves out, just because it'd be better for us to be on the phone with somebody that's actually got some reason to sell other than, I mean, you did, as far as I'm concerned, you handled that excellently. You price conditioned him, so you set it up in case he doesn't sell it, that you're still going to be here when the time comes. And, if something changes for him, his expectations have been reset on what you can do. So, he might come back around. We have those all the time too.
All the time, dude. It's the nature of the game. The big thing is you just can't not follow up with people or not take the call because they may say something on the web form, but you never really know what's going on. A lot of people hold their cards close to the chest.
How often, struggle, how often this type of people return and, you eventually you close the deal?
Not a lot. I'll throw them in the system though. It doesn't cost me anything. Because like we have, in my opinion, we have our. Someone's echoing. I don't know who it is.
Maybe it's mine.
With what we do, you want to have your leads manager or AI handle those follow ups. That leads manager's sole job is just to stay in front of that person. I don't want my sales rep taking those calls, right? Because that'll like wear them down and they're not going to be high energy when it comes to close that person down really good. And so like you can have a VA just follow up with that person, or if it's really dead and you're like, there's no equity here, then just move it to dead because you don't want to waste resources by chance, and then you just keep it moving.
Yeah, you want to keep them on those
Got it.
hot ones that they can get on the phone and close. You don't want
Yeah.
them calling all your trash leads.
To where right now we use like objection proof, Steve's AI, and I'm working on getting that going. But last month we made 19,000 different phone calls with AI of like setting different appointments for us. And with the follow up, I still don't know if I'd want to use for that guy. He needs to be in dead. We're not really ever going to do business with that guy. And a house that is anything after 2022 right now, unless they bought it cash and they want to play ball, is essentially a dead lead. The interest rate's too high for sub 2. There's no equity to really do anything with it. We don't stay on the phone long with them because it's not a whole lot we can do in that situation.
So when you're calling
Got it.
people, you're doing it all over the place. Do you get yourself a local phone number that you're going to talk to them on?
Yeah. So we have like 100 phone numbers. We try and keep it. I like Northeast. I'm not going to specify where because you guys don't need to go where I'm going. Texas, Florida, California. I think the West Coast is good as far as rips go. Because like in Oklahoma, depending on the markets, I bet you your assignment fee is 15 grand to 25 grand.
Yeah,
To
on
where,
average.
yeah, to where I want to go. My business partner in Deal Champs, his average assignment fee is 30 grand here in Central California. Until we're trying to go after markets where it's like a 450 ARV, so we can try and rip out the good ones. Awesome. All right, Mark, you're up, dude.
That's good.
I'm pulling a couple up here. I have a couple that I need to make a follow-up on that we got from you that are in Oklahoma. So I want to start with those first if I can.
Let's do it.
Let's see here. Pull one up. There's also a couple that you have in your lead marketplace, Oleg, that are in Oklahoma. For some reason, it won't let me complete the purchase. I don't know if you can look at that on your end and see if you could throw a couple of those over here also. They're in Oklahoma, so I kind of like
Okay.
that, but just because I'm going to
Yeah.
call from an Oklahoma phone number if you want to take a look at that, and I'll try to pull one of these other ones up in the meantime.
So yeah, I just asked Demetrius about it. So you can buy them, you have a balance on your account,
Hmm.
and so you can just purchase them.
Yeah, I went to go do it, and for some reason it wasn't letting me
Oh,
select them. There's a couple in here. Let me try this one real quick. Okay, I click confirm and pay and nothing happened. I'll just call some of the other ones that we have here. Like I said, it'll be from a different phone number, but I'll see if I can get them to pick up. I
cool.
see a
Yeah.
couple in here that say things like divorce, so we're gonna call that.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting.
Do you want me to share my screen over?
Yeah,
However you, yeah,
that's how you
yeah.
can share the sound. Unless it's on speaker, then you don't need to.
Sharing screen. Let's go. Dashboard. Entire screen. Screen one. Here you go. Boom.
Yeah, you go. Yep.
All right. I'm going to call this one here. We got divorce separation. Quite far
Mm-hmm.
from me because it's in Massachusetts, but it seems like it's kind of hot. So I'm gonna come on here, get on my phone service, and call from here from our acquisitions line. And when I call PPL leads, tell me what you do, Stratton. I always give them like a vague name first. Like I'm not going to say our actual company name. I'll just say, "Hey, this is Mark from Sell My House Fast" or something. If they answer, how do you typically
They
get
don't
them
give
on
a
the
fuck
phone?
about who we are, in my opinion. So like, hey Mark, this is Stratton. How you doing? You reached out to us about buying your house on 123 Main Street. You still interested in selling it? And I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
just keep it
never
real with
even
them.
know. We have like branding and everything, but they don't care about my company name until the time comes, and then they can Google me, they can Google our company, they can go see our reviews. They care about their problem and how their problem gets solved. If I make it
Yeah,
about the company, they'll make it about the company. If I make it about the problem, they'll make it about the problem. In my opinion.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, this is what we see as the best approach, actually, right? So you don't tell them like who you call from. You just say, "Hey, you reached out to us. I'm just returning your call." And in 99% of the times, they don't care. Like Stratton says, like
yeah.
sometimes
And
maybe
this one's
somebody
from
will ask,
this
but
one's
then,
from like an hour ago for me. So this one's pretty fresh, pretty new still.
Mhm.
I'm gonna bang his line. We'll see what we can get.
Let's see.
Tell me if you can hear my phone audio.
No.
Nope.
Me neither. Here, let me do it from, I'm gonna do it from my phone and just put him on speaker. You should be able to hear him fine. Normally, that's how
Yeah.
I make the calls. Oh, there he is. Hey, is this Dennis? Dennis, my name is Mark. You had reached out to us about that place here's on Groveland Street. You got a couple minutes? All righty. Well, we're looking at this thing. I know you're interested in selling it and you got a situation on your hands, so wanted to give you a quick call, introduce myself, and see if we can't fill the holes for you and be a good solution for you on it.
Okay.
So tell me what you got going on. You put down that you've got a divorce or separation going on. What's that look like?
Well, we're both willing to sell.
You're both wanting to sell? Gotcha. And have you started the divorce proceedings yet or not yet?
Barry.
What's that, Dennis?
Free.
Okay, I gotcha. So you're both on the same page with selling it then, huh?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm pulling this up on my computer, take a quick look at it. How long have you guys been in the house? Just this year you bought it?
January.
Oh, wow. So you haven't been there that long. Why sell it at all? Why don't you keep it?
He got the point.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't want to keep paying on it. You guys are separating, it sounds like, and yeah, and she's not going to pitch in at all.
Right.
So you bought it recently. Do you have a mortgage on that right now, or did you guys buy it cash?
No,
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm looking at this. I want to see kind of look at your price and get an idea of what we think we can do with it. If you guys do sell it, how soon are you trying to make a decision on this? Is it something where if we could put a good price in front of you, you're ready, or how do you feel about that?
but
Okay, well, fastest I've ever done is 10, but 30 is typically pretty easy for us to get done. So, you put what's that? Oh. You got to move out, or what's your living situation look like if you do sell it?
you go.
Oh, you're already out. It's vacant now, huh? Oh, she's still there. Does she have a plan for where she's gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay, she's already got it sorted out that she's on the way out then. Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, this is kind of right up our alley. It looks like I'm looking at the pictures from 2025, January here. So it looks like, the pictures are relatively recent. Could use a little bit of updating. What do you know about the major systems on this thing? Does it need any work on anything or no?
Or anything.
Electrical's good. Heating is old but works.
I have a generator. Generator.
Okay, generator, that's kind of good too.
Turns on every day. I get quickly upset.
Mm-hmm. What do you know about the roof? Is the roof in pretty decent shape?
So we could be cool, okay? There another 10 years in it.
Got another 10 years on it, so you don't think we need to do any updates on that? How's that basement? Does your basement leak or anything like that?
When the sun and build the basement wall, it's fine.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So when you bought it for how much? You bought it for 435. So if you sell it to us at 430, you're trying to at least get yourself out of that mortgage, it seems like. I got you. Okay, well, I need to look at that because we got to figure out what we can do to kind of force profit on it, because you bought it so recently. We got to try to think what kind of updates we can do to try to make it, make sense as a business purchase. What you live there? What do you think that house is worth if somebody comes in and fully updates it?
So You could be there right now. That's the price. It went up like 30 or 40,000 in last year.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I think it's appraising at like 480, 490 right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So,
490 as is, you think?
480 or 490, I think, yeah.
Okay. And then let me look at this here. What do you think it's worth if I come in and I fully update this thing?
It's close, but
Get over 5? Oh, you're over by the stadium there, aren't you? You're not too far from that.
right on hold, which is like 5 minutes from the stadium.
Yeah.
Area.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Looks like it. Okay, here's what I gotta do then, Dennis. I'm gonna pull this up on my end, and we're gonna try to come up with some numbers on this to try to figure out how close we can get, because it sometimes these get tight, especially if they're a recent purchase. Is she on board with you on that price? Like, if we said yes to that price, are you guys ready to make a deal on it, or
Pretty easy, you have to get out.
okay? Yeah, then you get yourself out from under it and move on.
You know,
Right, right. I know what you mean. Okay, man. Well, Dennis, let me look at this. Are you available anytime here to take a look at this again? If I give you a call tonight, what's your schedule look like? Are you around?
uh,
Okay. So typically when we do a purchase like this, what we're looking at, like I said, maximum 30 days to close, depending on stuff like title and attorneys, which we'll pay for all that. You won't have to worry about it. Um, But if she's living in there and she's good to get out in the next 30 days, if everything checks out, there's no reason why we can't get you out of this thing, and get you out from under that mortgage.
I appreciate it. You can call anytime.
Okay, thank you, Dennis. I'll be in touch, all right?
You know, thank
Bye. See, so you guys know, I have a really good contact in Massachusetts. I'm gonna hit the stop share. I have a really good contact in Massachusetts that
Hmm.
might actually buy this. So I'm gonna send this to him and be like, hey, they want to sign a contract on this. You think this is the deal? And see what he says.
And that's the easiest way to get it done, in my opinion. If
What's
you
that,
just have a guy
Stratton?
you trust, that's the easiest way to get it done. If you have a guy you trust,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just shoot him a text, and you don't have to worry about getting burnt. Like, hey, bro, what price would you buy this at? And you can just bake in your spread immediately and get it done. Those are the easy deals.
Yeah, and it's like they're legit too. They've done like 3 mil this year in flips and wholesale fees. So I'm like, dude, yeah, I'm gonna send it to him, and if we have a deal on this, I'm gonna just lock this guy up now.
There we go.
That's nice.
Yeah, so a couple things I do. Um, some people like to dance around the pain points, but I come straight at it. I'm like, okay,
Straight
so
at it.
you put down here that you're getting divorced. Tell me what's going on. I want to see if I can be a fit for you guys. And I just like elephant in the room, like you did the elephant in the room too. You went straight to price. I'm like, let's clear the air and then we can get to the rapport building. I just feel like they filled this out for a reason. Let's try to give him room to speak on it.
We are straight to price, then motivation, and then we can condition really doesn't matter to me. The motivation is the most important, and we can get condition later on. And that's really what you have to negotiate off of. But I want to know, okay, price, like where are you at? Geez, what's the reason you're interested in selling this one? And it needs to be curious so I can actually figure it out. And then we can address, like it says right here, you're getting divorced. Tell me a little bit about that. And then if it's a new lead, we use like the Sandler sales training system or Steve's essentially, where we have a paragraph up front of upfront agreements to get stuff set up first. Okay. Let's see what new leads we have in here.
I don't know, Stratton, did you hear? Oh shit. Mark, can you mute your mic? I think it's the echo coming from you. There you go. Okay, great. Yep. Yeah, the echo coming from you. Stratton, did you hear well when the other guy spoke? Because
I
I didn't
couldn't hear
hear.
him very good.
Yeah, sounded like it was
I could
cutting out.
hardly hear him either, just so you know. I was
Okay.
like, I kept asking him to like reiterate what he was saying too, which I would do that even if they weren't. But let me figure out this echo going on. I'll unmute myself in a minute.
Cool.
Okay. Who is it? It says Neem Harani needs help selling some houses. If you need help selling some houses, email them here. Stratton@easyfastoffers.com.
There you go.
There we go. Email them right there. Me and Mark will look them over. See if you got a deal on your hands. When someone has trouble selling a deal, typically 90% of the time you have it priced wrong. I have never seen anything else. If you go and you call buyers and they don't want to talk to you anymore once they see the property and the price, it just means you're priced wrong. That's all. And we need to go back, revisit it, and probably renegotiate.
What if it's the area? Not many investors are there.
Then we would do an ovation.
Yeah.
So, like, if it's in a major metro, we will do an ovation or cash. If it's in a small area, we don't even waste our time trying to do cash. We don't. It's too hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. We'd much rather just put it up on the market
Yep.
and
Makes sense.
approach it that way rather than essentially locking. And you should lock up your novation at a cash price and still put it up on the market in a situation like that. Because at the same time, you're the only person who's going to help them out anyways. Like they have one option, and it's you.
Yeah.
If you can do it correctly.
Makes sense.
All right, who's a Stojan?
You have a lead there, Stratton?
Yeah. My screen should be showing up soon.
I'll see if this person is available.
Stojan reached out to me about buying his house out in Pittsburgh.
Thanks. Please stay on the line.
These are the worst. I've yet to get through these fucking things.
Is it Google thing? I
I don't know what it comes from. It's either your iPhone or Google.
think it's Google, like gatekeeper.
I'm sorry, this person is not available. If you would like to leave an additional message, please reply after the tone.
Yeah, that does us no good. These ones have proven to be difficult for us to get a hold of. And I don't triple dial those because you're not going to get through. Here's one in South Bend.
The person you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone. The person you have called is not available. Please leave a message.
So we'll do 2 dials, send over a text, then we'll dial them again.
person you have called is not available.
If you want to be entered into winning 10 free leads, why don't you leave a comment and tell us where you're from? And we'll be able to get 10 free leads out by the end of the day. Golden Griffin Realty. Okay.
Nice. Do you, Stratton, your system, does it swap the phone number automatically based on the location or no?
No, we have to. I wish we could.
Okay.
Let me stop my
Mm.
share. Mark, will you send me your email? Actually, you know what? I don't
I
need your
sent in the
email, Mark.
private chat. I'm gonna change my microphone and go to my native computer microphone and see if that does any better.
Here's the address. Why don't you take the first one in Kansas, and I'll look at that one in Decatur.
Yeah, Kansas. Is my audio better? Did that fix it?
A little bit.
I think so.
A little bit of an echo.
Still, yeah, still echo.
Golden Griffin, what's the condition of these things? It looks like a pretty big house. We've done one before in Decatur, Illinois. Well, like, where would you say the most traffic that's random comes from you guys? Because we get a bunch of stuff here in Decatur. And it's like, what is going on over here?
I'm not sure. Need to ask Demetrius. He knows better. I think Texas, Florida, these are the biggest ones. I think so. Let me ask him.
What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Tim? Golden Griffin, did you send over how big the house is? It's a 3-1, 2,200 square feet. Okay. All right, so we got a 3-1, 2,200 square foot house. The hard part with these ones is when they're that big and they're that old. How do you guys handle that, Mark? Do you guys run into that a lot?
When they're big and old,
Yeah.
if they're bigger than all the other comps, what we're typically going to do is you're not going to want to count that square footage as the average price per square foot in the area. Everything above the average, we only count it for half value. So like if there's 1,000 square foot house and the price per square foot is $100 a square foot, we're not going to assume that a house that's 1,500 square feet, even though it's 500 square feet more, is going to carry that same value relative. We're going to count that extra square footage only half value. So instead of saying that's worth 150,000, even though it's 500 square feet bigger than every other house, we assume first things first. Let's say 125, even though it's 500 square feet bigger. But if it's like 100 years old, there
That's
better
a
be
big
good
rehab,
comps.
bro. Yeah.
There better be comps. There better be good comps.
Because we run into these, and when they're that big, typically the rehab is just going to outprice the value. Main Street, West Main Street.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this Kansas one right now. It's in a really distressed area. And we've been dealing a lot with these. Here it's THA, which is Section 8, and all the rates for Section 8s have been coming down over the last 12 months. So we're pricing when we get these ones in this distressed area. I think he said, what did he say? He's got that one at 65. Jewel Ave, Topeka, Kansas, 62.5. And it's occupied.
No.
You ever look at these houses and you're wondering how somebody's living in them?
Bro, every day. Every day, dude. It's insane. I'm looking at the other one here in Decatur. What do you have this at? 100 grand, bro. I don't. A tenant occupied, paying $1,300 a month. Turnkey property, renovated less than 1 year ago. I'm looking at a comp that sold at 85. Here's one that sold in
You want to share your
September.
screen, Stratton, so we can see what you're looking at?
Yeah. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Yep, it's up.
So our house is in between West Main Street and North Main Street in this little pocket. We have one that sold for $250. It's on an acre though. Well, 2,500. Sorry, I mean, of course. This is not a comp you should use. If we ever see an outlier comp, it's essentially a dead comp to us. Because the market knows more than what we can see on the internet. So this one right here, a 5'2", 1,800 square feet. It's a good house, dude. Like, this is decently remodeled. It needs work, but you could put a tenant in there in these types of areas. Upstairs needs work. That one sold at 35, and it's 200 square feet smaller than ours. This one is 200 square feet bigger, but it's all brick. I didn't know this before I started doing nationwide. Brick houses are worth more. So this is selling at 63. Mark, could you mute yourself for a little bit? I'm still getting a major echo. It's either Mark or Oleg. And then this one here at 86. And we can check another one. Do we have photos anywhere? No photos. And then we will always check actives too. Just to see where we need to be. So here's one that's recently remodeled. For sale at 150, it's a 4.2. Ours is a 3.1. His is 200 square foot bigger. It's been on the market for 30 days, and it's at $61 a square foot.
Another thing we're doing a lot of is we're checking the pending comps. You won't know what that final sale value is, but we want to know how quickly something is selling when it hits the market based on what it was listed at. Because if it went fast as a pending comp, then it's probably reasonably close to at least what that list price is. But if it's pending and they've been sitting on it for 12 months or something, then we're going to assume, okay, we need to be decently below that if we want this deal to move.
Do you check pending on the MLS?
I just check pending on Redfin and Zillow. So there's a filter if you go up on the sale. Typically I'm on Redfin, not Zillow. But if you go up on check it on Redfin, like let me screen share mine real quick. Is my echo better or is it still pretty?
Yeah, your echo's a lot better.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not.
Not.
When you speak, there is no echo. If one of us speaks, the echo, you can hear it.
How about now? I want you guys to say something.
Mic check. Mic check. Yep, still there. What's going on, Sharon? Oh, that was better. No echo.
So when I look at these, I'm sharing my screen over. Tell me if it shows up.
Yeah.
This is the one in Kansas we're looking at. I'm coming over here. Obviously, you've got your for sale active. First thing I do is I uncheck active and I want to see what's pending. So we've got one pending here at 150. Let's pull it up. It's a cute house, but it's not a 2-2 at 800 square feet. You know, they've got theirs, it's a 2-2 800 square feet. So I'm checking to see if it's pending, and I'm also coming down here to see. So look, they listed it in October. Oh, well, look, they listed it even way before that. Look how long they've been trying to sell it since August. You see, price change, relisted, price change, price change, price change. So I'm like, it's pending now, but the contract has fallen out a couple times already, even though they're listed on this thing at 150. The real value of this is going to be wildly lower.
Yeah, we'd want to come in saying ARV conservatively, and maybe lower would be like 120, and that's what
I'm
we
going to
would.
say they have the contract on this, or they're asking 62.5, whoever your person is, that dropped the comment. When I'm picking up these like D-class properties, 30 grand tops. Tops. This is what I'm doing on these.
People don't want them, dude. You gotta have them priced right because the rehab is gonna be like nuts. On top of the area, on top of everything else, we try and avoid markets like these where it's priced that low and it's D class. Like East St. Louis, you
Oh,
could
it's gonna
not pay
make you
me
work
to take.
really hard on dispo, isn't it?
Oh, bro, East St. Louis, you couldn't pay me to take leads in East St. Louis. You can't get those things sold. Detroit, Michigan, you cannot pay me to take leads in Detroit, Michigan. Because there's so many shitty houses everywhere, you don't have a commodity to sell anymore. A buyer could just go down the street and buy a different shitty house. And it's only worth 50 to 100 grand anyways, and so that makes it hard.
So what do you look for in areas? Because you do nationwide, right? What do you what's typically your qualifying price point? Because 200,000 in Tulsa is a decent area. 200,000 in, you know, some parts of Salt Lake, that's not a good area. So what are you guys typically looking at when you're going nationwide and picking whether this is the lead you're interested in working with?
If I got a $200,000 lead in Salt Lake, though, we'd hop on that because I know no one can buy any real estate for that price, period, within a 20-mile radius. Would be like
Okay,
my
yeah.
first thought. Like the Oakland building that we bought. I know, no matter what, no one is going to be able to buy this much land in Oakland for 300 grand. So I already have my upside. I know we're good.
Yeah.
If it's in Tulsa, though, I know that there's plenty of buyers in Tulsa. Bro, who cares what the price is? We know that we can get it sold if we price it right. But when you get into these secondary and third markets, now is when you got to be careful. Like if you are coming in Decatur, Illinois, I know we would only do typically a novation unless we have a killer cash price. Like so, like you said, 10 to 30 grand, probably 10 to 20 cash is where we'd want to be if we wanted to make like 15 on that thing. But when we go and we want to pull markets, we'll use AI and we want to find out what's the markets that have this ARV, this many days on market is what I care about. Like what is the shortest days on market in a disclosure state with this ARV is what we go for. And then we'll throw that into Manus. We'll have Manus do the research. And then we'll go and we'll text Oleg and be like, Oleg, this is what we want to look at. And then that's how we will target it. And then we will have, we'll go try and pull records from all the county courthouses too and see if we can get any data from. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That's how we want to target initially. But if leads just come in, we are just more aggressive on like that Decatur, Illinois one. I've been burnt so many times and spun my wheels, bro. To where I know if we're gonna do this, we gotta really, really get it low.
Yeah. Another thing to think of too, the distressed areas. Nemai, the de-stressed areas, you're going to run into a lot of title issues. It's just, it's the same as I was on a Zoom call with some coaching people today, and they're like, man, if you pay attention, the cheapest assignments that you're going after, the ones where it's like a 5K deal, a 3K deal, the drama to get that to the finish line versus the bigger deals, and you think it'd be different. Like your logic tells you it'd be different, but all those skinny deals are going to be like getting a root canal and you're only going to make 5K. It's often the bigger ones that are the easiest ones because they're probably in a better area. They're probably easier for you to dispo. And all of those things compound into where it becomes like there's probably not title issues. They probably didn't quit claim it to 12 different family members
Yep.
for whatever reason, you know. So we're always out like that's what we're trying to decide. Like if we show up on an appointment, are we willing to swing the bat if we think we're only going to make 5K? And we're at that point where we're like, no, like, you know, you got to do what you got to do to keep the lights on. But it's like seriously like nails on a chalkboard to get some of those cheaper deals to the finish line.
And we think, because right now our average assignment is like 18. I was like, well, we want to be at 25. We aren't going for the big swings. So my business partner, again, 2 years ago, he said, I want to do 6-figure deals. So they just started negotiating for 6-figure deals, and what happened? They did 5 that year. To where you need to go in knowing the amount of money you are willing to make, and like, hey, I'm not trying to do this for $5,000. I want to make 25 grand on this house. Here's where we need to be. And if you can operationally be the first to the lead, statistically, like 70 to 80% of consumers or whatever go with the person who talks to them first. So if you can get to them first, and then you can actually negotiate for what you want, that's how you're going to solve for that. But these little ones, like the 5K ones, it's brain damage, bro. And the seller's
You're probably not
manic.
going to make 5K on it because they've already had 4 offers and you're just the last one and the highest, you know? So we're focusing on what is the avatar of the seller that we're looking for. You know, if somebody's getting 5 offers on their house, they're probably a wholesaler anyways, you know what I mean? Which you're going to have people that do, but we're looking for those people where it's like, can you just get here and sign a contract with me? And we had one where I was lifting in my garage gym. The lead came in and it was like 7:30 in the morning. I was finishing up a lift and he's like, the cops just left. My girlfriend is 50 years younger than me and she just beat me up. I need to get out of here. And I was
Yeah.
like, I will be there in 30 minutes. I'm like, that's the guy I'm looking for, you know what I mean? And he needs it too. Like he really is in a bad situation. I get there and he's got a black eye, the windows are smashed out of his house, and I'm like, this is crazy. And she's how much younger than you? He's like, oh, she's 24. And I'm like, and you're 72? And he's like, yeah, and you wouldn't believe how strong she is. And he's like showing me all his stuff that she destroyed. I'm like, yeah, these are the people that I want to talk to, you know?
Yeah,
Hey, Mark,
we want to.
check your chat, private chat. We sent you a few leads from Oklahoma City.
Had one come in for Oklahoma City here. Health issues, aging urgent. Let's get these people on the phone. Hopefully I'm gonna put this guy on speaker and you guys can hear a little better. The last one, I don't know why you couldn't. I couldn't hear him that good either, so I will call him from my cell and put him on speaker. Maybe this one will have a better connection. We can have you guys hear a little better.
Yeah.
Let's pull this up. Dennis, another Dennis. 2 Dennises in a row. I'm gonna start getting confused. All right, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear this person.
On the point called Twitter. I apologize, I'm not available to take your call right now. Which call is
I can hear it better.
me. So for specific service, take me a sec, or you can leave a voicemail with your name and number, and I'll be sure to get back to you.
Did you guys hear his voicemail there? Was that a little clearer?
Yeah, it was better. I think the other one had bad connection or something.
Thank you for calling the point called Twitter.
Okay, got another one here. Jack Killingsworth. Let's call Jack. And I'll get the right address up as I
We
dial
had a
in.
guy come in last week, well, this week, named Mike Hawk. What a dick. Legitimately, it said Mike Hawk. Oh, this is a good one. These houses make me happy.
You like these ones?
Give me like a 70s to 60s and above house, and it's not too dated, and they're realistic, and it's like a probate. Bro, that's money right there.
Yeah, they're like, we inherited it. I'm gonna pull up a different one here. I couldn't get him on the phone, on the line. Let's pull a Audible. Try this one. More. Ooh, they're on the MLS. What are they asking? This will be a fun phone call.
We
I
quit
always
calling
call
the
the
stuff on the
MLS
MLS.
ones.
You do?
Oh yeah. I pulled a hey.
Oh, that's exactly right.
Man, it's a bad time to make phone calls in Oklahoma today.
Is it 4 o'clock for you?
Yeah, it's about to be 4.
It'll start picking up. I feel like our middle of the day is kind of slow. Once 4-ish rolls around, so for us, right around 2 o'clock is when it really starts to pick up again.
What time is it in California now? It's 2?
It's 2.
I'm able to answer the phone at this time, but if you leave your name and number at the sound of your phone, I will return.
Dude, I just looked at this. He's the listing agent.
Oh,
See
God.
this? Jack Killingsworth is the lead name. That's him right here. Like,
These
that's a good
fucking
way to get
guys.
myself in trouble. I've got another one here. Let's try this one. Let's pull this up. You ever do deals in OKC, Stratton?
Not really. Tez Bertha, right?
Oh yeah.
So Tez is my boy, and he does stuff out there, and we did a live with him. I don't know. I don't want to deal with the laws. Because, like, didn't they just pass a brand new law in December?
November 1st, it went into effect. Yeah.
And what
What's
is
the
it?
law?
So the law is, first things first, memorandums are non-binding, so they won't freeze the sale on a home. If a wholesaler puts a memo on it, non-binding, title can just close over it. And frankly, I'm kind of okay with that because I've had people that have like contracted after me and threatened to memo unless I pay them. And I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
what a cunt,
my
bro.
attorneys are calling you right now because our contract was first. They just sent me yours. It's like after ours, or it's like an expired one from 8 months
Yeah.
ago. And I'm looking at the dates on it. And I'm like, you want to do this? We'll do it. So you can't do memos anymore. The seller also gets a 2-day right of cancellation for any reason, 2 business days. So if you sign them on a Friday, they've got Monday to Tuesday, end of Tuesday. So that's technically, because it's business days, it could be up to 4 days that they can cancel for whatever reason.
We just had one in Oregon that I was super stoked about, and the seller backed out on us and sent us the Oregon law. Like, they can back out whenever. It doesn't matter. Like, in Oregon, if they
Oregon, they
want to
can
back
back
out,
out for anything.
they can back out for anything. I will show you. I'll share my screen with the email. We locked it up, and we were going to do an
I'm gonna
ovation,
turn mine off.
but we priced it wrong. Where is this email? 17th. And so with this, and we told her we were doing an ovation on it. And she's like, well, I want it to happen faster now. I was like, hey, ma'am, I don't think we can get you to have it happen faster at that price. She was not happy with that. Okay. Let me share my screen. And this is an Oregon law. It sucked balls. Because we had power of attorney. July 2021, anyone marketing residential property which they only have equitable interest, including wholesalers required to provide different residential property wholesale disclosure before ending a written agreement with the wholesale transaction. We did. We told her. And then they have, and it's like it has to be in at least 10-point bold type, so we didn't have that. They can revoke anything else. You can't file any memorandums. You can't. Yeah, you can't do anything. It's terrible, bro.
And the
And
seller
so that's
sent
an
you that email.
yeah. Well, ChatGPT wrote it.
Yeah, chat wrote it, but
But the
that's
seller
funny
said, and we had a
because
good relationship with her. And we're like, hey, we can't make it happen at this price. This price would probably have, if you want to happen fast, would probably have to be here because all of our offers are novation and cash. We'll give them an option for both, and just which one do you want more. And if we know it's
so
only
they
gonna
can
happen,
have more money later or be done with
yeah,
it now.
yeah, like you can have
Where were you at
certainty.
in the dispo process?
Yeah, you can have certainty, but it's gonna be a better price for us. If you want more money, it's gonna take a little bit longer. We're gonna need more access. We're probably gonna have to do some things like right now up in the Bay Area. We're getting a house cleaned out. We're getting the backyard junked out. That's gonna cost me like $3,000 to do both of that, and then it'll go up on the market because they didn't really have enough equity for cash. We have it at 525. We'll put it up on the market at like 580, and ARV is probably 680. But that was the only way we could have got that one done. Like, there's no cash offer that could have made sense.
So are you adjusting to stay away from those markets that are that tight then on
Yes, I told
regulation?
real estate bees I don't want any more stuff in Oregon. Yes. Like, I don't want anything else in Oregon. I don't. We want Washington. I like the West Coast because it's high price points. Because, like, if we get something in Central California, that thing is sold in like 3 minutes. It doesn't matter what's going on. Stuff in California moves like hotcakes. What else? California, Washington. I don't want Arizona. I don't really want New Mexico, but I'll take Colorado. Colorado's a good market. Utah's a good market. Idaho's a good market for us. And then I essentially skip over Middle America. I don't want Middle America. And I especially don't want North Middle America. Like Chicago's decent, and we'll do stuff in Chicago, but it's hard to do them. Like, you want to talk about title issues? We had a $20,000 deal blow up at the beginning of the year because the city of Chicago wouldn't give us a written notice that the utilities had been switched over, and it went to tax sale. So the buyer had already submitted to EMD, the buyer had already wired funds, and the title company could not close until they got this thing from the city. We sent out the city 3 different times, and they didn't do it for 3 different various reasons. It was just a pain in the ass. But then, like, the Northeast, I like a lot. Florida, I like a lot. The Sun Belt area, but then, like, I don't want to do anything in Birmingham. I don't want anything in Oklahoma. I don't want anything in Kansas. I don't want anything in Nebraska. I don't want anything in, like, Middle America.
So you like to keep it to that, maybe we'll say C to B class properties,
We'll do D class for sure,
but it's
but
got to be deep.
I want a D class in a good area. Like, I want a D class in an area where I know it'll sell. Like, if I get a D class here in Fresno, California, where I own some rentals, in the neighborhoods where I know that I own some rentals, I'll do that all day because I know I can make a rip. But a D class in the middle of Okowachi, Oklahoma, or whatever the hell that is, that does me no good. That does me no good. I don't know what to do with it. We can't get any money out of it. D classes don't really novate well either. When you're in, like, if a house is truly beat up, it's worth under $100,000, you can't do a novation. It just doesn't work because no one wants to buy it because there's not enough commerce to get your money out of it. Okay, where's another lead?
I'm gonna go in here and see if there's any. You got any other ones you want to call, Stratton?
Let me see if we have any fresh ones. Oh, no, this one's listed. Don't want that. What do you do with the majority of your listed leads? What were you saying you guys do?
Say one more time.
What do you guys do with the majority of your listed leads?
I call them anyways. I had one that it came in is actually a PPL lead. It came in, was listed, and it had been listed for a year. I set up an appointment for the next day. By the time I got there, she had already canceled with her agent, and I locked up the contract on that same appointment for 25K deal. So
There we go.
I like I said before, I'm calling and I'm gonna be like, "You're listed with an agent. Why are we talking right now?" And then they're
Hmm.
gonna have to either address that, or if they're like, "Well," if they say, "Well, I don't know, make me an offer," I'm like, "Okay, like
Yeah, we're
whatever."
not
But
doing
most
this.
people be like, "I'm not impressed with them. I don't have time. I need money. It's about to get foreclosed on." If you just say, "Hey, like you have an agent, what are you like? How can I be of help with this if you already have an agent?" And they're going to tell you. And like I said, for a 5 minute phone call, I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna find out and see if there's some if they have an agent and they're going online filling out web forms, there's a
Yeah.
good chance something's going on there.
And I've received the opposite feedback where we just get filled with dipshits when it's listed. Like, well, just make me an offer. Like, I was like, oh, bro, we have so many leads we got to get to. We don't have time to talk to you. Is we
Yeah,
have
yeah.
more or less like a lead problem to where we move it all into a certain section of our CRM, and then I need to figure out something to do with them. We'll have someone call them. But like if with that guy, we have one, oh, most of these realtors aren't going to rescind their listing agreement either. We have one right now that we're working on down in Florida, and the agent will not sign the termination.
Like,
Interesting.
Refuses to sign it, and then she's like, even if I sign this, if you sell this, I'm getting paid. I don't care. She's
Yeah.
like, you signed an agreement with me, and because this was a foreclosure where the guy was going to go with us, and he still signed an agreement with someone else, and then he's like, I want to come back to you guys, and so it's a mess. It's a mess.
to me, that's the same as the wholesaler that puts a memo on the property that had no plan of closing. Like we have one right now where they're from out of state. They locked up the property before probate was done. And then for whatever reason, it didn't close and they just left the memo floating out there, And I'm like, okay, in Oklahoma, it's pretty easy to make somebody sell the house. You just sue them for specific performance, is what it's called. And I'm like, you had 6 months, guys. If you wanted to force them to sell it and you were
You should
ready
have
to
done it.
buy, why didn't you do it? You're just planning on leaving that out there into infinity, and you were never going to do anything until a guy like me came along, and you're going to shake me down, not the seller.
Yeah, and they'll shake you down for 20 grand too. They're like, I'm not releasing it unless I get 20 grand.
They said 15, and I was like, dude, the house is worth 50. Like, no. We
Yeah,
have a contract at like 42 and we're moving it for 55 or something. They're like 15 grand and we'll remove it. And I was like, 15 grand? How about you'll see us in court? And Jerry called them and he's like, guys, this is not for real right now. They're like, okay, how about 1,000? And we're like, we don't negotiate with terrorists, is what we told them.
does Jerry get that involved?
Now, if there's a content opportunity like that, though, I'm gonna be like, hey, this will make a good YouTube video for you. These play well in the algorithm. Want to, hop on this call? You know what I mean?
I've never met Jerry. I think he's a wizard at business, just killing it.
You'll have to
Okay.
catch up with him at one of his events that he does out at his farm, because he's got his 30-acre farm now. He's
Jeez.
simplifying and he's moving toward he's LDS now, but he'll be Amish before too long. That's where he's going.
All right, let me share my screen and we can try calling a couple leads. Milwaukee.
So Ola, can you tell us a little bit about what you guys how you guys source your leads? What kind of data are you getting? And like are your leads coming through where you guys are cold callers? Are they hitting interruption ads? Where are you guys normally grabbing your leads from?
Yeah, so mainly we source our leads. Well, it's 100% inbound, and so mainly the source is search engine optimization, pay per click, Google ads, Bing ads, YouTube ads, and Facebook ads. But all of them are inbound. All of them, yeah, go through one of our websites. They fill out a form, usually like from 10 to 20 fields. It goes to us, then our AI calls them, kind of verifies the lead. If some fields are missing, so like our AI kind of asks those questions and fills out the form. Yeah, so it's,
That's legit. That's really cool how you guys do that. Because I've worked with some providers in the past, not naming any names, and I'm like, every single one of these was just a cold call, and not even a cold call from a person, but like an AI cold call. And I'm like, if I wanted cold call leads, I'd be going to get cold call leads. Like I wouldn't be going to
right.
PPL for cold call leads. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I know the company you're talking about. I don't want to deal with that nonsense of that company, but I know
Yep.
exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm like, if I'm gonna pay money, give me a good lead. Like I'm fine paying a lot of money for good leads. Like that's the name of the game. It's pay to play. I'm like, don't charge me all this money and it's not even like a human cold call lead. It's
Yeah.
cool how you do that though, how they fill it out and then you call them and, confirm the info. I like that. That's a really good strategy.
Yeah, and we're improving this all the time, right? So it's a process. We're all the time trying to kind of calibrate the quality and improve. And also, we get a lot of feedback from guys like you, from Stratum, from you, from other partners that we have and clients. And so it's a constant, improvement that we're doing.
All right. Let me try and call this guy Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee's a good market. There's a hint for you guys. Even if it is cold, the price points are actually really good.
Milwaukee.
This one, not as much, but
It's a blessing to hear from you. Please leave me a brief message. And it's a blessing to hear from you. Please leave.
shoot her a text. What CRM
We're
are you guys
still at
using,
work.
Mark?
What CRM do we use?
Mm-hmm.
For Salesforce.
Is it already built?
Yeah, we have a built out one.
This is the Joe home buyer, right? Supplies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um,
Salesforce. It's a powerful tool.
I didn't like Salesforce because I felt like I had to develop it. Even if it
Yeah.
is done, I feel like if you don't have the backup support, you need to have a developer who's ready to commit to fixing things for you or adding more to it. That's why I like Resimply because we don't have to do anything and it kind of puts, for lack of better words,
Which one was
restraint.
that?
Resimply.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It puts like restraint on what I'm doing.
Yeah, Salesforce is just, it's open uh, source. Well, I don't know, open source or not, but you can build whatever you want off of it, right? Similar to GHL, go high level, but Salesforce is very expensive as far as I know. It's like enterprise level stuff, but it has a
Does it
lot
just
of
come with your
capabilities.
Joe Home buyer, Mark? You there, Mark? Oleg, is he there? I'm looking at my screen.
He's here, yeah. I don't know if he doesn't hear us.
Hello?
Hey, Robert, this is Stratton. You reached out to us about this place out in Casper. Were you still interested in selling it? What?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Robert?
Hey, what's up?
You
Sorry about
reached.
that. I hit the wrong
You're good.
button.
You reached out to me about buying this house out in Casper. Were you still interested in selling it?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. How much did you want for this bad boy?
I'd like $1 million.
$1 million? Any reason particular for that price as I get it pulled up?
Pardon me?
Any reason particular for that price, my man?
Anything particular at that price? I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. Did you have a price in mind?
500.
500. Okay. Can I share with you typically how these calls go with our clients?
Sure.
Awesome. So this call will probably take us 10, 15 minutes. Everybody wants to know how much we can get them, what our process looks like, and how our process takes. Am I missing anything? Can you hear me, Robert?
Yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. And just in order for
Can
me
you
to
hear
figure
me?
out, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Just in order for me to figure out whether or not we can help you out or not and see if we're a good fit, I'm going to have to ask you a bunch of questions like I have been. Some of them may have come across as personal. If at any point in time I feel like we're not a good fit, I'll let you know. Likewise, I just want you to do the same thing. Is that okay?
Sure.
But if at the end of it, we can come to terms on price and everything else that's important to you, would you be able to commit to working with us?
No, I can't because my ex-wife is involved too.
Okay. That's no big deal.
And I can't have any contact with her. So, pardon me?
I deal with divorces all the time, so I get it.
Okay.
So your ex-wife, you and her are complete no contact.
Complete.
Okay, I mean, that's not the end of the world. What's she saying about this whole situation?
I haven't talked to her in 2 months.
Really? And it's just you and attorneys?
She knows she
attorneys and attorneys?
Pardon me?
It's
Yeah,
just
we
you
have
and
an attorney. Yes, I have an attorney.
And you said she knows she has to sell?
Well, yeah, she can't afford it.
Is she the one in there?
Yes, she's still there with the dogs.
Oh, wow. How long ago did this split happen?
October 28th, 27th, maybe.
So a couple months ago. And you guys
Yeah.
haven't really even owned it for that long. Looks like you bought it in 2024.
2 years. Yeah, not even 2 years yet.
Oh, jeez.
We added a huge patio or slab, concrete slab, put a jacuzzi in there,
Uh-huh.
and then it's got an area for, put furniture, do whatever.
Man, what else have you done to try and sell this one so far?
I'm just like, I called my my real estate agent, and that was it. It's not listed.
You called your agent. What did she say?
God, that was so long ago because we knew we were going to split up. It was coming. So, he gave us a quote. Now that I think about it.
A quote?
Yeah.
Did he say, hey, I can get you this much for it, or what are we looking at?
Yeah, he said something about 525. And I'm like, dude, we got more into it than we have more money into it than that. So
how much cash you got in this thing?
We probably put 150.
Oh man. What upgrades did you do?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the down payment on it too.
Okay. So you got the
we only did like 50,000 in cash in it.
Okay, so you got 150 down and then another 50 in rehab that you did, including that patio.
No, 100 down and then 50 in for the patio and jacuzzi.
Okay. And is she just trying to drag this thing out forever, or what do you think's going to happen?
I can't contact her, so I don't really know what her position is.
I see. One of my friends just got out of a 3-year divorce, where it's something very similar.
A what?
A 3-year divorce out in Utah.
It took him 3 years to get divorced?
Took him 3 years. The wife was dragging it out, milking him for all his money. It was crazy.
Poor bastard. Poor guy. I feel sorry for him, but.
Oh, no. I mean, he got absolutely raw. It was terrible. The ex-wife was in that same thing. Ex-wife was in the house. She didn't want to do anything. It was no contact. It was only through attorneys. It was all bad.
Oh, man. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
No. Oh, man. And so where are you? Are you in Casper or where are you at?
Yeah, I'm in Casper. I'm renting some guy's walk-in closet that I...
Okay. And so how big was this house?
4666 square feet, including the basement.
4666, and you want about 5 for it. Do you know what? And you have no idea what the ex would even want for it, right?
No.
But you just know she can't afford to even be there.
Well, she can afford it for a little while because she drained our checking account.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have no idea. You know, I thought I knew this girl. I was with her 10 years. I didn't know anything about her. Everything out of her mouth was a lie.
Oh man, what was that? What was all the biggest lies? What happened?
Well, she obviously betrayal was number one. And she hooked our computers up together so I can see her Google photos, and all of a sudden I see one guy's, private parts coming out of her.
No.
Oh no, that wasn't. And she was watching porn. Took a picture of a porn site watching it with somebody. She was supposed to be with her mom. Yeah, you can't. And she denied everything. But it's like, dude, I'm not stupid.
I'm sorry to hear that. That must be so hard.
Yeah. She's what they call a narcissistic personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Real tough to deal with.
And is her name Letitia?
Yes, it is.
Did you guys take title together, or what happened? Did you guys buy it together? Did she only buy it?
No. We bought it together.
Okay. How soon were you actually looking to sell this one? 30 days, 6 months, a year?
Probably 4 to 6 months.
4 to 6 months? Why 4 to 6 months? What were you waiting on?
Well, I think the divorce is going to be fine. We have to go through the court and get. And once the divorce is final, then the court will order us to do something. So I don't.
Okay, so you guys aren't even at the point where the court's told you, hey, this has to happen.
No.
So in these types of situations, when it's that far out, and it's in the wintertime up in Casper, so the real estate market is absolutely dead.
Yeah.
What we typically do is we just say, hey, we'll talk to you every 15, 30 days. Just follow up and see how the process is going for you, because you're in it for the long haul, and so are we.
Yeah, awesome.
Because what's going to happen, you never know what's going to happen on the real estate market. Interest rates may skyrocket. Interest rates may jump. We may go to war. Who knows what happens in 4 to 6 months?
Oh, I know. Too many variables.
And then when the time comes and you're like, hey, guess what? I'm finally out of this. We have a court order. We can sell it, and we're good to go. And then I'm like, awesome. Let's try and get your wife on the phone somehow. And we've had to do it. We've had to call the wife. We've had to call the husband. We've been the mediator. Even though there's attorneys involved, we've had to handle all that. And then that way we
Yeah.
can get you to the finish line, get some money in your pocket, and you can move
Yes.
on with your life from this terrible situation.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I'm 63 years old.
Oh man.
Nobody expects this
Yeah,
at
nobody
this
expects
age.
this at 63.
Huh?
Nobody expects that at 63.
No. I mean, when if she was 20, yeah, I could understand it, but she was 58 years old. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. All right, Robert, I'm sorry. Sorry this is going on, especially
Oh,
during the holidays.
yeah. Dude, it's like my attorney said, what do you want me to do? You married her.
You're not wrong.
All
You're
right.
not wrong. Yeah, Robert, we can talk. I'll talk to you probably just at the beginning of the year, see how the divorce proceedings are going, then we can just move on from there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Robert. You have a great day. Merry Christmas.
Have a good day. Merry Christmas, buddy.
Jeez, that sucks.
What a brutal one. This is the craziest business ever, bro. So with a situation like that, when there's absolutely no ability for that guy to move forward, we're never going to give him an offer. And we're just going to keep following up with him, like I said, every 15, 30 days and see where they're at in the transaction as far as the divorce proceedings. And then when the time comes, then we can make an offer. But even when there's multiple decision makers, we can't get them both on the phone at the same time. We'd give them a very wide range and then try and get them both on the phone. Like, okay, so you guys talk and see what's the price you want to be at together. Or have the attorneys. And that's how we handle those. So we don't have to, because once you give them your offer, you're worthless.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good lead. He wants 500. It's a little bit older. One house sold at 640 over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's dated but nice. Let me see if I can share my screen. Did we lose Mark?
I don't see him. Yeah, maybe he
Those of
fell
you
out
who
somehow.
were on the call, could you guys hear the actual caller and me? So here's where we're at. Here's the house that I'm like, okay, our house is 4,400 square feet. This house is 4,600 square feet. So this is just a dated, good house. Our house is off of this block right here. So we really only have this one. This is 73 at 3,000 square feet. And what does it sell at? 465.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Mark
that's the
texted
others.
me. He has some technical issues.
Okay. Here's the comp we were just looking at, built in 2002. But now that we're getting all the way over here, this is a completely different neighborhood, as you can tell by the builds. Like, I can't use this 2015. That just wouldn't do us any good. So in this situation, I want to go back further in time
Mm.
and just see what happened. Here's our subject property.
Here you are.
Back and better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
So their house is really nice. Glad to have you back, Mark. This is a good house. It's comparable to that other one. And that other one sold at like 640, but it's on a little bit more land. So here's subject. The one we're comparing it to was this. And this one's, is this the one? Sold at 640. So his house is probably worth 6. This one's a little bit of a newer build.
And how much he said he wants?
5.
Oh, okay.
Here's another good one, built in 1975, older one, 4,600 square feet. This is a good comp for us. So what did this sell at? 480? Yeah, 490, which is tough. And this one sold at 490. So we may or may not be in the pocket. We try not to waste too much time on those leads because there's nothing that's going to happen from now and for the next 4 months with these divorces. So we aren't going to give them an offer. We'll just build a relationship with them. Then eventually we'll get the wife's phone number. We'll call her, and then we'll try and get it from there. With those, you got to get a lot of people on the same page. Did you hear what happened to that guy, Mark?
Yeah, I could hear what he was saying about the Google Photos and everything. I was like, dang, I couldn't hear you guys talking, but for some reason it let me hear what he was saying.
That was brutal. That one's one of the most brutal ones I've heard.
So did he not have equity then? Or he just couldn't sell because she's on title?
She's on title, and there's no court order from the about selling it yet, and so he can't do anything. And so we will
Yeah.
just push it out 30 days, 30 days, 30 to 15 days at a time until there's some type of progress. And then we can start talking numbers.
Mm.
All right. You want to give
Bless.
one a call, Mark? Thank you.
Yeah, I got another one I want to call here. This one's OKC. It's kind of a distressed area, but it's never stopped me before. Can you have Demetrius send? There's one more that he sent me in the chat before I left.
Hmm.
It was the Demetrius sent me the one, and the name was Humberto, and it was in Oklahoma City. Have him drop that for me in the chat one more time, because since I popped out and rejoined, it doesn't have it.
What was the name again? Humbert. Okay, I see it.
Yeah, yeah, Humberto Rangel. Let me call this fella. 368200. Let's see what he's got going on. He sent this one in at midnight.
Sorry.
Oh, here we go again.
No luck today in Oklahoma.
Yeah,
It's been slow
cell
for us
towers
all
must be
week, though,
down.
dude.
Yeah, people are just taking off now. And did you receive it, Mark? I just sent it to you
Mm-hmm.
in the private.
Sorry.
Stratton, how often do they pick up on your third dial?
A lot.
Normally, I get him on number two. Number two is normally where they think, "Oh, this must not be a spam call."
Something important.
I'm
That's a
gonna leave a
good
voicemail
tracking
for this one
metric.
because it's in Oklahoma.
I'm sorry. Person you called has a voicemail box and it's not been set up yet. Goodbye.
Can't even leave him a voicemail. Jeez. The only person I got to answer the phone was in Massachusetts. All the people with the same area code on the phone number as me didn't answer.
Yeah,
Massachusetts is a good market. Let's call one more lead, then I gotta go into another call.
yeah, let's do one more.
My team called all the other ones that came through. They saw the ones that I hadn't called yet, and they came through our CRM because it's binded to our real estate bees account, and they banged the line on all the other ones that you sent us, Oleg. None of them answered the phone either. We triple dialed all of them.
Yeah, sometimes I mean you just need to keep dialing
It's been a
because I
slow
mean
week. That's why we use AI though. Because like this
Do you
this week has
typically
been
see a
really slow for
slowdown
us.
around the holidays, Stratton?
Yeah. Of getting people on the phone, selling deals especially, because people buyers are just whatever. But every year, like around this time, everybody starts to check out. We still call them a lot. If we look here, if I go to our, that's one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Looks like we're gonna make 7 offers on properties today. Of like getting people on the phones. But then like
Yeah,
we're
would be a good start, huh?
but it just depends.
We typically when we get leads around the holidays, we treat them with a high level of urgency because we're like, if
Right?
somebody's trying to sell
Who
their
else is
house the
reaching out
week
right
of
now?
Christmas, like they might have something going on. So get on that phone call ASAP.
yeah.
Yeah, we try and still just stay on top of them. You want to do one more,
But
Mark?
you Mark, you don't utilize any AI right now to call them?
Not on any call services. So our model is everything is manual. The tasks automatically set what the task is. But even it's not going to be me necessarily making the call or the touch, but we're going to have an actual lead manager, typically a
Mm,
VA, where at least they're going to get a human phone call. Because, we figure you've already had an AI call them. Maybe, they've probably spoken to somebody already. So by the time we're getting them on the phone, we want it to be like a actual team member. So, because we're also trying to go on appointment is what we're really trying to do.
Yeah.
So our lead managers are training regularly. Like we train to close a sale on appointment. Their closing is a booked appointment. So their whole sales
mm,
process is set up to have that booked appointment ready to go. So that's like their measurable metric is how many leads does it take? Because we don't do hot, warm, cold. We don't track our stuff that way. We have what we call the LOAC built into our Salesforce. So it goes lead, opportunity, and then appointment, contract. So we track the percent. How many a lead is somebody like you guys would send us a lead. We move it to an opportunity after we've spoken to them and we've like started our process with them. If we
So a
get a
net
lead and
lead.
somebody tells us to kick rocks, we don't call that an opportunity. We unqualify that lead. So from there, we want at least 7 out of 10 of our leads to turn into like, okay, we've spoken to them, we're building rapport, there's a relationship happening here. And then from there, that's when we're shooting for the appointment. So we want 7 out of 10 leads to become a qualified opportunity. And then we want 7 out of 10 of those opportunities to then become an actual, like we're meeting them in person and the lead manager booked an actual appointment, if that makes sense. So and then we track that over rolling every 30 days, 60 days, 90 days to see if there's any movement in that. And it's like if we see it dipping, we're like, okay, maybe they're not having quality conversations or they're not pushing hard enough for the appointment, and we can kind of catch that on the fly
Mm-hmm.
as we're seeing those metrics change. Because like for when an acquisitions person shows up on the actual appointment, it's like you're trained to close a contract. For them, our lead manager is trained to their close is having that appointment scheduled.
yeah.
So by the time we get to them and we're actually talking to them, we're having an actual human staff member talk to them. We use AI for all kinds of cool stuff like analyze their calls and grade their calls. We'll
Yep.
do
Hmm.
that. And we'll do that through our Salesforce and everything. And our Salesforce will grade how close that person is to actually being closed based off of all the informational inputs they've had, but not for a phone call. I mean, we have like an AI receptionist if somebody calls at 2 a.m.,
Right.
or something like that, because we're a really branded forward-facing company.
Yeah.
We've got our SEOs going, our PPC is going, so somebody might be calling us when we're
Yeah.
sleeping, we'll have an AI answer that. But everything else, like the task is set automatically, but where our model is like manual follow-ups are taking place, even if it's the text, it's still done manually.
That's interesting.
Mm.
You could say we're kind of prehistoric in our way of doing things. Well, it's Oklahoma, man. Like it's a redneck market, dude. Like you said you're gonna stay away from it, and there's a reason. Like people here, it's like if they don't know you, like if you can't cite to them, then bro, then 2 blocks over, they're
Yeah.
gonna be
They're
suspicious
like,
of you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, I go to that Lowe's at 41st and Sheridan over by you, and they're like, oh yeah, me too, and then it's like you're in. So,
Yeah.
exactly, but you
not
got
to
to have
mention the
something.
wholesale laws, like it's a tough market because of these things. It's like a sleepy redneck kind of market. And so we just know like what do we have that's our competitive advantage? Our follow-ups are going to be human.
And boots on the ground, though. If you're going belly to belly, you can beat a lot of people.
Oh yeah, our conversions are wild. Like it's wild. It's not as scalable as somebody that can figure out a virtual model. It's less scalable that way, but it's like our conversions are really, really high. Like we close 1 out of 4 in-person appointments.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
So, it requires more processes, SOPs. We have data analytics and stuff that we track on our closings and all of our appointments. Another thing we're doing, let me find my
Do you
phone.
wear like? Do
We
your
have like,
guys
you know
wear a
what plot
necklace or
is?
something?
What? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We have it where it like clips on the back of our phones on this magnet here,
Yep.
and we record the appointments where AI is analyzing the appointments. Well, you only got 3 micro commitments and you needed 5, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So like even our lead managers, we're getting things like micro commitments because it's like if we're driving there, like
You
we know
better
this
have done your
person's ready
job
to
if I'm
close.
taking 30 minutes to go
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah. So we're
Wow.
like getting micro commitments. We qualify whether or not they're multiple decision makers, and we have all these metrics that AI tracks for us and it scores every phone call and appointment. So that way, if we're like I said, if we're driving an hour to go meet with somebody, like we're coming with the papers and we're getting the contract. Like otherwise, I mean, it doesn't always happen that way because there's always price. You can't qualify
Yeah.
price
You
all
don't
the time
qualify
until
on
you get
price
to it.
for those appointments? It's just like pain, and rough price or no price.
Yeah, the lead manager qualifies no price whatsoever. Only the
That's fair.
acquisitions rep. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we train them to look up if they have equity and stuff like that. If there's equity and there's any pain points, we don't care what they say about price. We're gonna be there and we're gonna show up person to person. And like they might they're willing to open up on the phone to a point, but it's like if I call them on the way over there and I'm like, hey, how do you take your coffee? I'm stopping at Starbucks. What do you want? And I
100%.
knock on
Mm.
the door and I sit down and they're gonna have a latte with me or something. They'll spill their guts. Like they're gonna tell
Yeah.
you because like I said, it's a redneck market. Like you're gonna show up, they're like, "Oh, you live in Claremore? My mom's from there, whatever." So like scalability, how do you move that model into other markets?
I
I'll let you
mean,
know when I figure
people
it
do
out.
it, bro. Brad Chandler's done it. Brad Chandler was crushing belly to belly all over the country for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like huge business, not just like a couple million. He was doing a lot of money. So it's 100% possible, and it's whatever fits what you want to build too. Like, because it's virtual, or
Yeah.
like, no, I want my business to look this way. It's your business,
Yeah.
and you have a moat too, because no one else is gonna do it, and so you will, as long as you get there, you'll lose some of them just to people locking them up over the phone. But if you're there, no one on the phone is beating you.
Oh
Like if
yeah.
we know,
I mean, they're not necessarily because there's some people where the only thing they care about is price. And if somebody from out of state beats me on price, there are always those sellers that are just going to go based off of price. And I hate it, but it's the nature of the beast. But generally speaking, in a market like this, especially now that these radical wholesale laws are in effect, like you can't even double close to get around it. You can't even do like the and or signs on the contract anymore here. You have to
what?
have yeah, there has to be a separate disclosure, a separate piece of paper, at least in 12-point font that
So it's like the
says
Oregon one.
yeah. Yeah, and it can't be like it can't be one clause in your it has to be separate from the purchase and sale agreement where you notify them of their rights that they have 2 days to cancel. They sign that you told them that, and then you have to explain to them what an assignment and a double close is and that you're wholesaling it, and then they have to sign that too, and they have to be separate from the purchase and sale agreement.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean belly to belly is the way to go. That's the only
Yeah,
way you
so
can
it's
build
like
that trust where it's gonna get done. Don't worry about it.
yeah, send that one over DocuSign and try to explain that on the phone. It's like, I mean, it can be done, but why bother? Go somewhere where you don't have to try to
Yeah,
figure that out.
Mm.
exactly. All right, guys. If you are on here, I will drop your name and your email. Let's see everybody drop their name and the email real quick. We gotta wait a minute. Timothy from Florida is still here. Chris from Houston. Ezekiel. Because I can't see how many people we got on here. Sharon from Illinois. First person to drop me their email gets 10 leads, and I'll have Abby send you 10 leads. Wow, greetings from Scotland.
Dang,
Scotland.
Scotland.
All right.
Isn't it late over there? That's crazy. Am I talking into the ether over here? Nobody wants 10 free leads?
No, I'm about to drop my email. Jeez.
Oh, and it tells you if they're watching from their cell phone or not? That's cool.
11 a.m. in
Okay, I mean,
Scotland.
Andrew, if you drop your email, bro, we'll send you 10 leads if you're trying to close deals. I can't believe you guys have all that shit to go through out there to wholesale a house.
Well, really, another thing we're planning on, we know it's going to come. We're just going to have to buy them. Like, the
100%.
legislature here is aggressive. Like, 5 years from now, are we going to be wholesaling at all? Probably not. So we're just gearing up. We're adjusting our acquisitions process, et cetera, to where it's like we're just going to buy them, and that's just what it's going to have to be. We'll get deeper spreads, of course, but you also have to be willing to leverage.
Legislation only hurts the consumer because I will just have to get deeper spreads and I'll get my deeper spreads. And
Yeah,
so
and there will be less competition for them to go to.
Yeah, and so my margins will grow.
Yep.
Especially now with AI, AI will be so good that no one will be able to tell when I set the appointment. I can go there. You and Jerry for sure have enough resources to raise as much capital as possible to buy these things. And so you'll be able to buy them so deep, no one else is going to be able to keep up with you. You'll have more cash than anyone else to actually buy them. Someone will have to start a fund to fund you guys if there's going to be more competition. But legislation's not going to work.
Yeah, on top of that, they already put one on the books too that they're trying to work through the legislature that it's got deed restrictions. So you can't sell it, is what they're trying to do. It's like the FHA flipping rule, how there's that
Wow.
90-day flip rule for FHA.
What?
They're trying to make that across the board now here,
Wow.
where you can't resell so we couldn't even wholesale. You know what I mean? Which I don't think that's going to go through.
That'll
I'll
never
qualify
cross
it
the
that
board
way.
because
I
you
don't think
can't
it's
tell
going to go
anybody what
through.
they can and cannot do with their property.
Yes.
It'll destroy your market. No, there will be a lack of inventory and your prices will skyrocket, and then it'll be affordable.
Oh yeah, yeah. All the houses will be run down because there'll be no flippers in business, so there'll be no remodeled homes. There'll be new homes and fully dilapidated homes. Nothing in between.
Nothing in between.
That's
That's
crazy.
nuts. Fuck the government. All right, I gotta go into another meeting. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Soon. Thank you, Oleg. Great to meet you, Mark.
Good to catch up with you, Stratton, and we'll talk, man. Good to see you.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
Thank you all, guys. Thank you for attending this call. All right, Mark. Thank you so much, man.